Hey guys, how's it going? Good morning. Let me set up the room real quick and then we can get started. 6:18 right now, so we got about 22 minutes to market open. No real rush, but I'm gonna try to get everything set up so that we can start analyzing US 30 as soon as possible. Looks like we're at a new all-time high for today. If you guys were talking to me yesterday, I did confirm that I was anticipating it to hit the all-time high by today, which it did. Again, because of the market sentiment, and I'll go over that later because I did have my market. I had my liquidity zones marked up from yesterday all throughout the Asia session, and it broke right through all of them. So I'll show you guys what I'm talking about shortly. But let me just finish setting this up, and then we can get started. All right, let me get the Zoom link for the premium members over here. All right, let me get this sent out. All right, cool. Sent out right there. I'll let you guys make your way into the room real quick. Let me just finish setting this up on the YouTube. Should be good. That looks good. All right, everybody's making their way in. So I'll go over the US 30 analysis shortly. We got about 11 minutes to market open. And I'll show you guys that I already anticipated this move here to push up. If you guys are in the other rooms with me, as I discussed earlier, I mentioned that I was anticipating it to break the all-time high again if market sentiment was up. Market sentiment was up to like 80% last night right here. So what I did was I marked it up on the 3-minute, and you can see all of my liquidity zones right here. Basically, they all got triggered, right? When price broke the liquidity zone right here, because I drew it from Asia session right here. So as soon as price broke above it, it just kept going higher and higher because it just hit this huge area of liquidity right here. We'll go more into detail shortly. Let me just finish setting out this YouTube link to the rest of the members here, and then we can get started. It's right here. Oops. Let me send this over to the next groups over here. And the last group over here. All right, so it looks like we're good to go, guys. Let me go ahead and let everybody in, and then we'll start analyzing US 30. So we got about 9 minutes to market open. Looking at US 30 right here. Let's start with the higher time frame. So the higher time frame over here is a 1 hour. It's obviously super bullish. It's at the all-time high right now currently. So I'm going to take that off. So it's bullish right here. Reason for it being bullish is that price is above the pivots. The trend meter is green. Looking here on the 10-minute, same situation. Price is above the pivots. The trend meter is green as well. Same with the 3-minute over here. Price is above the pivots. Trend meter is green down here. And lastly, on the 1-minute over here, price is above the pivots and the trend meter is green. So as you can see here, US 30 is super bullish. If you were with the live session with me yesterday, I mentioned that, if I just rewind this to like this area right here, I mentioned that I was drawing these liquidity zones, right? So like, for example, right here, I just turn everything off. I was drawing these liquidity zones when you went off the live session because liquidity was, the market sentiment was heavily to the bottom side. So what I did was I marked up the swing highs right here. And I mentioned that when price breaks these areas, like this area right here, it's going to have a rush of liquidity, right? It's going to push price up. And if you followed it as it moved along, it did exactly that. It pushed up, broke liquidity right there, pushed up higher, and it just kept pushing up higher and higher. See these huge candles right here? It's because liquidity is getting triggered. They're going on stop loss hunts because everyone's stop losses were marked up at these areas that I drew from yesterday, and it played out perfectly. I was waiting for this to play out, but unfortunately, I already logged off by this time. I logged off around 10 o'clock last night, around this time right here. As soon as I logged off, it shot all the way back up. I could have locked in some massive profit right here. But I mean, it is what it is. It's all good. I'm just glad that, my analysis played out perfectly. And we'll see what happens from here, because now that it's at the all-time high, it might have to retrace a little bit. The only thing is, sentiment is still super high. It's still 76%. So what I'll be doing again right here is I'll be drawing some new liquidity zones. I'm going to go and just delete this stuff here because this is irrelevant at this point. Price is just way too high. And we'll start looking for other liquidity zones as we continue on. But this breakout's going to be, it's going to be super risky because it's at the all-time high right now. So if we get a buy, which is what we're looking for, it might not push up. It might come right back down because of how far it's pushed already. If we go here on the 10-minute, these are some huge candles. Like this was a big push right here for about 700 pips, and it hasn't retraced down yet. It's still pushing up higher and higher. So we'll, if I do take a trade, I'm probably gonna use half lot size because it's just too risky to take a full lot size right now. So let me check the chat real quick, see who's here. All right, cool. Let's see. Morning, Mark. Morning, Peter. Morning, Miles. Morning, Matt. Morning, Taryn. Morning, Matthew. Morning, EW. Morning, Felix. Morning, Kenton. Morning, everybody. Let's see. Nice. Morning, Riga. Morning, Kenny. Trexon said, why you use iMac? Windows is so much better. I don't know. It's all preference. I don't think it's any worse. I mean, if you watch all my live sessions for the past 3 years, I'm pretty sure I've been a lot more profitable than other people that are using Windows computers. So I don't think the computer ever matters. It's up to preference. I think the Mac computers are pretty good. I mean, you can run TradingView doesn't run any differently on a Mac and on a Windows. It's the same thing. So I don't really see a difference here, Trex. I mean, it's all preference. But if you've seen my profits for the past 3 years, I've been doing that on a Mac. So if it works for me, I'm gonna keep using it. Morning, Charlie. Morning, everybody. Morning, Sisu. Morning, Isai. Morning, everybody. So yeah, going back to what I was saying earlier, guys, for US 30, technical analysis here is indicating a huge bullish bias. We're looking for the fundamental bias next. Obviously, it's going to be bullish because it's been pushing up. Looking over here on the futures data, it's up 120 points, so 118 now. And looking over here at the market sentiment, majority of people are trading short right now. So for the most part, we're looking for a buy, but I don't know if I want to take a buy if it's at an all-time high right now because it's very all-time high right here on the 1 minute. So we'll see what happens from here. We got about 4 minutes till market open, but we're still going to be looking for a buy, but I'm not sure if I'm going to take it. I'll probably mark it up and I'll see if I want to take it. If I do, I'll let you guys know. But if I do, I'm probably going to take a half lot size, not the normal 10, or maybe even a smaller one because how the market's moving right now. All right, so looking at this over here, let's see if there's anything else. All right, I think that's it for right now. Let me see if I'm missing anything before we get started. So this is perfect right here. This is exactly what I want. I want a retracement so that we can catch the buy when the market reopens. So market's going to open in about 4 minutes now. We'll see what happens from there. I'm just going to mark up a pending markup over here so that we can catch this as we follow the market as it opens. So just looking at this right here, I'll mark this up as the all-time high. There's the all-time high right there. All-time high right there. And the all-time high right there. All right, cool. Razul said, hi, Shawn. I think it's the spending bill that passed the Senate causing this big push towards the upside of US 30. Just wonder how long it'll last. Yeah, same here, Razul. I did see that as well. And same with Ken right here. He mentioned inflation news sent it right up. Crude oil inventories in an hour and a half. Yeah, that's the main news this morning. We have the crude oil inventories right here at 7:30. So we had CPI and core CPI at 5:30. obviously the inflation news, I mean, I don't know, it was like kind of neutral. Like the data here was neutral, but it did push it up. I know what you guys mean by that. But looking at the data here, it was actually negative and neutral right here. So it wasn't really positive or very far negative, but it still pushed it up. So we'll see what happens in the next couple minutes or so once the market opens. We'll see how the market actually reacts to the news, because the market is technically not open right now with regard to the New York Stock Exchange. So we got about 2 minutes. We got about 1:17. Once the market opens, we can determine, which direction we'll be taking this trade. I mean, obviously our bias here is still going to be a buy, but it's going to be a risky buy because of how the market is currently, where it's currently at right now. So let's see, we got, if it breaks the all-time high again right here, we're gonna have to move it up a little higher. Looks like it's going to. So it's currently pushing right now. All right, let's see what happens. So it's rejecting off the high. We got about 30 seconds till market open. So let's see what happens right in the next few minutes. All right, we got about 20 seconds. First thing I'm going to look at is fundamentals. I'm going to make sure that the fundamentals are pushing the same direction. Technicals are still going to be bullish. It's so far up that it's not going to come down unless it comes crashing all the way down, right? But technicals right now, it's obviously going to be straight bullish. So we just need to confirm it on the fundamental side to, to follow that move. So here we go. Market's open. It's starting to drop right here. Kind of just going sideways. It's not really moving. It's just retesting the all-time high. Looking over here at the fundamentals. Let's see. It's currently up 107 points to kick off the session. So, I mean, it's obviously very bullish. We just need to look for a strong bullish candle. So right now we're looking for a strong green candle. We're looking for something like this, like little to no wick on top, this candle right here. We want something like that, and then we can possibly take it for a buy, but it's going to be a risky buy. So this candle right here, if this candle closes with little to no wick on top, then it'll qualify as a breakout entry. However, it's at an all-time high, so it's going to be a bit risky. I don't know if I'd take it. I'll probably follow it. If you guys want to take it, you guys can take it at your own risk. And then maybe I'll enter late, but no, it's too big of a wick off top. So right here, there's too much of a wick. There's no body. So it's not a valid breakout entry. It needs to be a strong green candle, something like one of these right here. Any of these three candles right here, these three green candles, you can see right here, there's little to no wick. This right here, this wouldn't qualify, but this right here is too. So this one and this one right here, little to no wick on top, that'd be a great confirmation. But right now, there's no confirmation. We need that green candle right here to confirm it. Going back to the fundamentals over here, it's still up 123 points. So the fundamentals are pushing towards the upside heavily. You can see right here from the actual index, this thing is completely green. So if it's completely green, the index has to keep pushing up higher and higher. This would be the real move. This push down right here is not going to be a real move. It's going to be, for the most part, market manipulation. But we're just trying to catch it as it, as we reach that certain point. So let me see what we got over here. All right, trying to catch this. All right, yeah, there's nothing here yet. Here we go as it pushes back down. Looking at the fundamentals over here, it's still very green. So with it being very green, this should be still pushing up a little bit higher. So as you can see, the market volatility is very low. Reason for that is because a lot of people are just sitting out the market right now. They're just waiting. They're waiting like we are. They're waiting for price to confirm the direction, and then they're going to hop in. We got about 20 seconds left on this candle right here. It still has a big wick on top, so we're not trying to take it. It's it's literally rejecting off the all-time high right now. We need to confirm that strong bullish candle before we decide to take this. So right here, if this closes with little to no wick on top, then it'll qualify as a valid breakout entry. However, it's at the all-time high, so it's going to be risky. So I'll mark it up right here if it closes. There you go. So there's a breakout entry right there. I'm still tempted to what I'm going to do is I'm going to mark up the TP1 right here so that I can follow it. But I'm probably not going to enter this trade. So if you guys want to enter it, this is the breakout, but I'm probably not going to take it myself. It looks too risky. It's at an all-time high. Generally, when it gets to an all-time high, it's going to have to pull back at to some extent. So here's TP1. Here's full TP. I'm not taking the trade though. So if you guys want to take it at your own risk. This is exactly why I didn't want to take it, because it's starting to drop. It's just too high right now. It's pushed up so high or it's overextended and it hasn't come down yet, right? You can see right here, it pushed up, consolidated, pushed up, consolidated. And there's probably gonna be another push up, but it hasn't happened yet. So I'm not gonna take the trade. I'll have it marked up here, but I'm not gonna take it because like I mentioned, it's just too risky right now because it's at the all-time high. All-time high is probably the last place you wanna take the trade. I'm probably gonna catch it as it swings back up later. But right now, currently, I'm not gonna take it. It's too risky. See as it comes back down. Yeah, if it shoots back up, then maybe I'll hop back in for a late entry. So say for right here, if it comes right back up and rejects off this point, then when it reaches this point, the entry point, then I'll just enter the trade from there. But I'm not going to enter it from here. It's just too risky. Because I need that confirmation. We don't have that yet. All right, so let's see. So yeah, just a reminder, if you guys are just joining the room, I'm not in this trade. I'm following it. I'm waiting for it to possibly come back up. If it comes back up, then I'll possibly enter it. And then we'll see where it goes from there. I want to see what the price difference looks like for, so let's see, 35,366 minus 35,353. It's off by about 13 points. Yeah, 13 points. Or pips, actually, 13 pips. So that's the price difference between TradingView and FTMO right now. I was thinking about putting a buy stop right here and just catching as it swings up, but I think that might be a little too risky for me as well. So yeah, definitely not taking the trade here. If it gets below here, I'm just going to close it out. I'm going to delete this and then we're going to start analyzing it for a possible liquidity zone. So let's see. I'm just going to mark this up as the liquidity zone right here. All right. So if it shoots up, we'll reanalyze it to see if it's actually a good entry. Because looking over here, you can see it's starting to push up really heavily. Looking over here, fundamentals are, it's right down at 100. It's not super high, not super low, but it is still, the bias is still for a buy. So this push up right here was about a 300 pip push within a few seconds. All right, so this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to take off this this markup here, but I'm going to just draw the lines here so that we can see where it's pushing around. Because I don't want to leave this up and then people enter the trade because they think it's actually, I'll leave it up. I just don't want people to think that we're in this trade because we're not in this trade. So if you guys are just joining this room, if you guys didn't follow me from the beginning, we're not in this trade. We're just following it. This technically was going to be the breakout entry. It's still currently active if anyone hopped into it. But it was risky because it was at an all-time high. What I'm looking for here is waiting for it to push back up. As it reaches the entry point right here, I'll probably enter it. You can see the big bullish push right here, right? I probably could have got in for a discount right here, had my stop loss really tight right here, and I could have wrote it up, but it's okay. It's just, I'm not going to risk that just to make a couple profits off that. Let me check the fundamentals here. Fundamentals are still very bullish. So I'm tempted to enter the trade now. If I do, let me see, I'll probably enter with a small lot size. So I'm gonna let it push down a little bit. I don't want to enter right at the high. So I'm gonna let it push down a little bit and then I might enter as it comes back down. But this is the area of liquidity right here. This is the all-time high. It looks like it might break it again a second time. Let's see. There you go, as it pushes up higher. So what I'm trying to do here, guys, is I'm trying to get in at a discount. I want it to come down a little further for another retracement. And if it comes back down here, I'll probably enter for maybe a smaller lot size because we can push it up a little higher. So let me check this over here real quick. Yeah, you can see right here, the market sentiment is at 76%. So I still anticipate it to push up higher. What I was trying to do here is I was trying to draw liquidity zones so that we can catch them as it bounces around. So let's see. Yeah, this is too risky of a trade. The volatility right now is extremely low for open. You can see right here from this part. So market opened around this point. It's only been pushing about 500 pips, which is not much. Usually it's pushing up to like close to 1,000 on market open. I'm not going to risk it, guys. So if you guys want to risk it, feel free. I think it's going to push up. It looks like it's going to push up, but I'm not going to risk it myself. If I do risk it, I'll let you guys know. I'll probably take a smaller lot size, but it doesn't look appealing to me. So it's 154 points in the green. Yeah, it's too risky for me. I don't want to enter this because the last thing I want to do is enter and then it pulls back and I'm like, damn, I should have waited and been a little more patient. Because it's now 6:39. Usually by 6:35, we're done with a breakout. If we don't get that breakout within the first 5 minutes, I'm probably gonna hold off on it. So looking at this right here, it's pushing up super heavily, but it's at the all-time high. This is the all-time high. US 30's never been at this point before. Damn, it's about to hit TP. Probably should enter down here when I mentioned, but it's all good. We'll just follow it. I'll keep the alerts here for whoever caught it because it looks like some of you guys did take this trade. So let's see, this is the US 30 breakout full TP. It already hit TP1 right here off this second line. But as you can see right here, it's playing out exactly how we anticipated. It's just the fact that it's at the all-time high made me not want to take it, which is all good. Sometimes it's better to just not take a trade. Like I mentioned before, if you guys aren't comfortable with the trade, just don't take the trade or pull out early. Because the last thing you want to do is stress yourself out for just one trade. There's going to be other trades available. This isn't the only trade that's available for the day, especially if you guys have access to the indicators. Let me go ahead and turn on the alerts here. So we can follow US 30 for any possible entry. So now what I'm looking for now is I'm looking for a retracement. I'm looking for price to retrace down and I want to catch it as it swings back up. You can see right here, it's very risky how it's bouncing back and forth, right? I'm glad I didn't enter that late because if I did, I would have been in some massive drawdown right here of about 250 pips. But it's still running. All right, so let's see. Yeah, nice. Looks like a lot of you guys actually locked in that profit there. So looking over here, let me scroll up real quick. So some of you guys did take a breakout and you guys pulled out already. So looking at Angela over here, she locked in about 1,500. Nice work, Angela. Looking at Sisuk locked in 6,420. Great work, Sisuk. Angela again on other account locked in 255. Great work, Angela. Patricia over here locked in 2,272. Great work, Patricia. Kevin Lim over here took the buy. You can see his two buys locked in 1,284. Great work, Kevin. Let's see who else over here. Sisuk again. Sisuk's up 7,680. So a lot of you guys who took the buy here just pretty much wrote it up from the bottom. I got a pretty nice profit off that. Essa over here locked in 761. Great work, Essa. Patricia again right here, 2,272. Roman locked in a total of 1,468. So for whoever caught that buy there, you guys locked in some pretty nice profit. Larishna as well locked in a total of, let's see. I'm letting this load. Lucas, who are you referring to? I'm not sure who you're talking about. Made 1,000 off. Which one are you talking about here? I don't see anyone who made 1,000, so I'm not sure who you're referring to here. Lucas. I'm pretty sure they're not over leveraging because the main thing we teach is proper risk management. So it might be over leveraging for you because you have a small account, but not everyone here has a small account. So majority of people here aren't over leveraging. They're using proper lot sizes. I'm trying to see who you're referring to because I don't see anyone here who made 1,000. Leilani, she locked in a total of 854. You can see these people are on a 100K account. They're using a 5 lot, which is proper lot sizing for that account size. Angela, I don't think Angela's over leveraging, bro. Angela right here, she made 1,500. I don't think this is over leveraging because she's using a proper account size. Not sure what you're talking about, Lucas. I mean, you've been in this group. You've been in this group for a long time. I'm not sure. Wait. Like all of a sudden, these are bad moves. But you've been here for how long now? Uh, yeah, I'm not sure if you're even looking at that properly, Lucas. You know, 20 points is 200 pips, right? So I don't think you understand the difference between points and pips. Okay. Yeah, Patricia said Angela knows what she's doing, Lucas. Hello. I mean, I don't know, Lucas, because I don't even think you're here in the premium. So I don't know even like, I don't think you understand what you're even talking about. I mean, whatever, Lucas. If that's what you think, that's what you think. We've been trading like this for years now, and it's been perfectly fine. And Angela's been in the group for well over 2 years or over a year, and she's been pretty solid with her consistent profits every day. So, I mean, I don't know, Lucas. I know you're here in the YouTube, but I don't think you're in the premium. So I don't think you actually understand what everyone's doing here. But you know, it is what it is. If that's what you think, then that's what you think. But you've seen everyone's profits here daily. I'm pretty sure it's not over leveraging if we're doing this every single day. But anyways, going back to what I was just saying, I'm just gonna go back to what I was looking at here. Larishna locked in a total of 563. Great work, Larishna. Let's see. Yeah, Junior said super risky day today. Let's see this over here. Let's see what else we have here. Lucas said, okay, dude, the daily loss limit for FTMO is 5K, right? It depends on your account size, Lucas. I think that's already where you messed up. You don't understand the difference between the max loss for each account size. Some of it is 5K, some of it's 10K. I mean, I don't know, Lucas. If that's what you think, that's what you think, bro. I'm not going to argue with you because we've been doing this long enough and you've been here long enough seeing what we've been doing every single day. So I'm pretty sure it's not over leveraging because if you followed my explanation for risk management, that's still like a 2.5 to 5% risk. It's not very high. Lucas, are you listening to me? Lucas is asking the same question over and over again. Daily loss limit is 5K on FTM. I just told you it's different by account size, bro. All right, Lucas, I'm just gonna ignore you, bro, because you're just being annoying now. I don't even know what you're talking about. There's different now Lucas said, oh, okay, I get it. Yeah, bro, of course, there's different account sizes. So Lucas, you just made yourself look like a fool, bro. Like before you act out, actually look like understand what you're talking about. So here, full TP off the breakout. Yeah, Delmas said, I hate trolls. They always throw Shawn off. It's unnecessary BS. Okay, so full TP off this breakout for whoever caught it. I'm gonna mark it up right here. Yeah, I just hit TP again. I should have just hopped in too. Yeah, I mean, it's all good, Lucas. Whatever you think is whatever you think, bro. But I know what I'm doing here, and we all know what we're doing here. So, I mean, you're the one that's confused here. I'm not sure, like, because you've been here for a while. I know you've been in the YouTube for a while, so I'm not sure, like, where the confusion is. But you're just realizing that there's different types of account sizes on FTMO, which there's a huge variety of account sizes. But yeah, I'm not going to bother with that over here. Yeah, I mean, okay, Lucas, if that's what you think, that's what you think, bro. I'm gonna. Damn, Lucas, are you? Okay, Lucas, whatever, bro. Lucas, you just went from 200 you went from 20 points to 200 pips to now 100 pips, but you're like confusing me because I don't even know what you're even talking about at this point. All right, I'm just gonna ignore Lucas right now, because you're just flooding the chats and I don't know what you're talking about. All right, so let me just push this over real quick, and I'll look over everyone's profits again. So, let's see. Owen over here locked in 2,557. Great work, Owen. Everyone over here as well. Angela locked in a total of 641 right here. Angela, so Lucas over here. Angela said more trades just for Lucas. So yeah, Lucas, while you were there complaining, Angela just made some more profit. So I guess, you know, if she's over leveraging, that's cool. I mean, I guess if she's over leveraging, she's still hitting profits. So But I'm just gonna ignore. I'm gonna ignore what you're saying right now, Lucas, because you're just flooding the chat. I'm gonna stop looking at the YouTube. So if you guys want to talk to me on the Zoom. And see Dell over here locked in 504. Great work, Dell. He said super stressful, $500. Jade over here locked in a total of 6,032. Great work, Jade. EW over here locked in a total of 2,473. So unfortunately, I missed that trade. I should have just took it, but it's all good. Mark over here locked in 110. Great work, Mark. CSIC over here locked in 10,000. How much did you make, Lucas, off this trade if you're using proper risk? I kind of want to see what you made too on your account. Yeah, Peter said, Lucas, did you even trade? Focus on your own account. Exactly. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, dude. We get a lot of trolls here in the group all the time. Lucas has been here for a while. I'm surprised Lucas is trying to troll right now. He's been in the group for like a couple months now, or in the free YouTube. So, I mean, yeah, it is what it is, guys. You know, we're gonna get trolls here and there. They're gonna try to they're gonna try to distract me. Yeah, so Kenny here is on the YouTube too. He made a profit of 25.54. Yeah, so I mean, just looking at everyone's profits here. I mean, you know, if Lucas was like not busy trolling, he could have made profits like everyone else here. But it's all good, man. It's all good, Lucas. I'm not trying to challenge you with like whatever you're trying to tell me what's over leveraging and what's not. It's not over leveraging, bro. Damn, this guy's so. Look here, Lucas. You don't even know what their stop loss was. How could you know if it was over leveraging if you don't know what their stop loss was? Yeah, this guy keeps going, right? Riga said, man, it keeps going. Exactly. Like Lucas here is saying that she was over leveraging, but he didn't even know what her stop loss was. How do you know what her stop loss was? Exactly. I mean, yeah, I guess Lucas is a wizard here. I mean, that's perfectly fine, Lucas. I'm glad you don't take my trades because you're not making profit with this then. That's great. All right. Anyways, I'm going to I'm not gonna get on call with you, Lucas. Like, obviously, you're just trolling over here, bro. Like, you haven't proved anything of yourself. You're just you've been trolling here like every once in a while. Okay. Yeah. No. I guess so, Lucas. All right. Anyways, let's keep going. Let's focus on us right now. I'm just gonna because Lucas is just annoying. You're gonna put in timeout. There you go. Boom. Lucas was put in timeout. It's all good, bro. I mean, it's cool. I don't understand why he's even in this room if he's just gonna troll. He's probably the one person that's always disliking the video, right? We get like 20 likes, 1 dislike. It's all from like that one person. But anyways, going back to US 30 over here. So I'm gonna mark this, take all these off. So the trade's already done for that breakout. Yeah, and Angela said, FY Lucas, my Hugo's weight and FTMO accounts are different, LOL. Lot sizes, it's not over leveraging. Here, Jerry locked in a total of 1,236. Great work, everybody. Larishna over here too, locked in a total of 741. Right there. All right, so let's just focus on trading, guys. I already put Lucas in timeout, so he's not going to be able to talk because this dude talks way too much. I don't even think he really trades here because he's literally in the group just trolling. So it's all good. Yeah, let's see. All right, so there's no entries over here available on US 30 currently. Right now, it's at the all-time high. I'm gonna mark this up as a new all-time high. And then same with here on the 1 minute. Here we go. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no. Yeah, everyone said, everyone in the Zoom said, Shawn, please ignore that clown. Yeah, no, that's why we put him in timeout. We're just gonna ignore him because he's just, I mean, he comes in the room all the time and just trolls every once in a while, but this dude like never shows any trades, never shows any markups. He just comes in and then opens his mouth. Yeah, exactly. Riga said, imagine all the shorters being squeezed right now. No, exactly. They're being squeezed because market sentiment right here is still 78%. So a lot of people are trying to catch it as it comes down. So that's why I'm going to go over here. I'm going to draw liquidity zones, and then I'm going to catch it as it continues to drop even further. Yeah, no, everyone here is just talking about this guy right here right now. Yeah, so there's hella people that are short right now. So what I'm looking for right here is with all these people short, I'm going to catch it as it comes back down. So what I'm looking for right here is I'm looking for price to come down, catch it as it comes back up, and then I'll draw like another liquidity zone there. Catch it as it comes down, comes back up, drawing a liquidity zone there. And then what I'm going to do at this point is when price comes back down and then it breaks above it, this is where I'm going to make my move. So right here, as it comes back up, I'm going to take my buy there, and then you're going to see a stop loss hunt push all the way up like that. So that's kind of what I'm looking for right here, guys. Generally, when it's at an all-time high like this, I'm a little more careful with my entries, because the problem with this right here is that it's going to there's going to be a lot of market manipulation right here, because a lot of retail traders are short. So if there's it's 78% right now, actually, it's not 76 anymore. So looking at this right here, if it's 78%, this means that a lot of retail traders are trying to short the all-time high, because a normal, like a basic retail trader who doesn't really know what they're doing will think that, oh, because it's at an all-time high, it has to drop, right? That's everyone's common thinking. In reality, it can still go either way. It can go up or it can go down. It doesn't have to come back down, just like it did over here. You can see right here, it trapped a lot of people because it reached an all-time high. So you can see right here, like this is like one of the traps that was pretty much set up here. It was at an all-time high. A lot of people started entering sells. What happens when people enter sells right here? They place their stop loss above the previous swing right over here. So if price reaches that point and comes back up and it stops everyone out, what happens? Liquidity gets triggered, right? Because all the stop losses get triggered. And that's why price ended up shooting up so high. So that's exactly what we're looking for right here. We're just waiting for that retracement back down, and we'll probably catch it as it swings back up. Let me scroll over here. Charlie said, when you're setting up profit and stop loss, how many points are you using? So depending on the strategy, Charlie, sometimes it's 500, sometimes it's 250. I mean, it just depends on the strategy. If you're looking at the 3-minute, TP stop loss is 250 to 500. If you're using the 1 minute, it's 100 to 300. If you're using the 10-minute or the breakout, it's 500 to 500. Geez, look at Lucas, man. This dude's back. He said, you're trying to make me feel bad. Bro, we're not trying to make you feel bad. We're just you're just annoying. There you go. You got put in timeout again. Dude, Lucas got put at a timeout like for 1 second. This dude comes back with this long ass paragraph. All right, let me go back to and we're not trying to make you look bad, bro. You're making yourself look bad. Just look at yourself. You're bothering us. So here, Ken said to take a look at Nasdaq. So let me go to Nasdaq real quick. All right. Yeah, no problem, Charlie. So going back over here. Looking at the Nasdaq. So Nasdaq, same situation. It's kind of dropping. Let me check the IG sentiment for Nasdaq. Let's see, IG sentiment. 61% short. So it's not really heavily on one side. I mean, it is the bias is short, but just looking at Nasdaq right here, I mean, it looks kind of messy. Let's see, I'm gonna go over here and pull up the Nasdaq Index. All right, so the Nasdaq Index right here is only up 5 points. It's not really up that much. Nasdaq hasn't really moved a lot, compared to US 30 over here. US 30 is up about 200 points. Nasdaq's only up 5 points, so there's no real bias here for Nasdaq for the most part. But yeah, I mean, if you're applying the scalp strategy here, it looks like it would have worked possibly if you're trying to catch it as it swings. But yeah, Ken, this is what I kind of see. This right here. Let's see. Yeah, no, exactly. So Delmas said, yeah, Ken said, LOL, just look at yourself and spit out my coffee. No, exactly. Yeah, and what Delmas just said right here, Delmas said he's a clown. We're not a circus. He's trying to throw you off intentionally. No, he is. I know there's people like that in the group. He's probably from a different trading group, another like trash trading group. Bro, have you seen the profits from us for everyone here? Everyone has all wins. Like here's a timestamp for today. These are all wins, but we have this one person here that's complaining. Right? I don't understand it. If he would just trade and not complain and be a troll, he would have been making profits like everyone else here. But you know, he had better things to do to just troll. But it's all good. I mean, whatever, guys. It is what it is. K2 will keep doing what we're doing. And I'm not going to deal with like any trolls in the group. So, anyways, back to US 30 over here. We're looking for that retracement. So Alexandra over here is asking. So that would be swing trading. Not exactly, Alexandra. What are you referring to by swing trading? Because we're looking at the 10-minute, 3-minute, and 1 minute. This is all considered scalping. If it's on the shorter time frame, it's considered scalping. For swing trading, that's like if you're trading on the higher time frame. That's like if you're holding trades for like days, if not weeks. So this wouldn't be considered swing trading. This would be considered a retracement. So we're looking for a pullback. As price comes down right here, this is considered a pullback or retracement. And then we catch it as momentum swings back to the upside. It's not considered swing trading. It's just like a swing in momentum. So I know a little confusion there. You just mentioned that you're new. Sorry, I just read that. But yeah, that's not considered swing trading. That's considered just a retracement or a pullback. Swing trading is when you're holding a trade for like over a couple of days or a couple of weeks, if not a couple of months. I mean, depending on what you're trading. Joel's asking how to draw a zone. If you want to draw a zone, you just pull the rectangle tool and you draw a zone like that. So the rectangle tool right here, you just draw. Generally on the original settings, it has it just looks like this. It's like a rectangle. But if you want to have it across the board, you just click on extend right, extend left. And that's how you would draw the zone. If you're asking how to draw a specific zone, like how to draw actual zones, you can use a K2SR indicator right here, and it'll plot zones on the chart for you. You can see right here, we have zones plotted all over, and you can just draw rectangles over them. And this is how you would identify these rejection zones. But I mean, there's different ways to draw zones. It's not just one way. Yeah, no problem, Alexandra. So this is how we would draw zones. You turn that off and you got some perfectly drawn zones right there. So depending on your question, Joel, I mean, there's different ways to draw zones, but if you want to just draw zones in general, I use the rectangle tool. All right. So going back to the 1 minute over here, this is a possible 1 minute scalp, but I'm probably not going to take it. I mean, I'm not going to take it. It's too high to the all-time. It's too close to the all-time high. What I'm doing here now is I'm drawing liquidity zones for price as price continues to oh my god, like here's Lucas back in the group. Lucas, bro, just leave the room. We're just gonna keep putting you in timeout. So there's Lucas in his third timeout. This guy just keeps talking. All right. So anyways, back to the regularly programmed. Miles said he probably accidentally washed his face with the same rag he washed his butt with, and now he's mad. Yeah. Okay, guys. So Lucas, I think it'd be best if you just leave the room, bro. I'm just gonna keep putting you in timeout, so it doesn't matter. Like you're gonna keep coming back and then writing a paragraph of a response, trying to explain yourself, but you just read all of your messages from before, bro. You're annoying. You're like annoying everybody here. All right. So anyways, back to what we were going over here. Some more profit here. Steven again with another 991. I mean, look, guys, if you guys want to troll, go ahead and troll. But if you want to take trades, go ahead and take trades. Look at everybody here profiting. I mean, you could be on one side where you're trolling, or you could be on one side where you're making profits with everyone here. Look at EW, no losses, straight wins right here. You know, same with Mark over here. Everybody here straight wins. But yeah, I mean, I don't care. I'm not going to deal with any trolls today. had enough this morning with one troll. If there's any other trolls, I'm just gonna ignore everything that they say. All right, so Nakeem said, LMA, laugh mask off. Today was a trading session featuring Lucas being flamed. All right, anyway, so we're still looking for a trade here, guys. This is the retracement that we're looking for. We're waiting for it to retrace down, and then we're gonna catch it as it swings back up. So we catch it as it swings back up. Here's another area of liquidity right here. So now I'm gonna draw areas of liquidity on the 1 minute. So price comes down, price comes back up, price comes back down. I'm waiting for it to come back up for another area of liquidity. And the reason why I'm drawing this right here is because majority of retail traders are currently short. So you can see right here, it's 77% short right now. The reason for this is because all of the fundamentals are pointing towards the buy side, right? So looking at the fundamentals here, it's up 174 points. So you would anticipate US 30 to continue pushing up, right? If you look at the index right here, it's entirely green. So if it's entirely green, what do you think happens with US 30? It's going to have to keep pushing up, right? So right here, I'm anticipating this to be a trap. I'm looking at this as market makers, institutions, basically trapping a lot of these retail traders here because there's about 77% of them short. And what we're looking for here is we're looking for price to finally come back up because it's going to have to come back up, right? If the index is all green, it's going to have to go up. There's no reason for it to come down at all. So this over here, let's see. Yeah, this over here is exactly what we're looking for. We're looking to make sure that price is going in one direction. Looking over here at the technical side, it's very bullish as well, right? It's just retracing down slightly. So what I kind of see happening right here is I'm expecting price to come down, but eventually when price finally comes above this area, it's just going to break out again when it comes around this area. And the reason for that is because a lot of people are entering sells, right? If you saw the retail traders, a lot of people are short right now. They're betting on the market to drop. So if you're following this from this, if you're following this right here, so just check this out. Just, take this, for example, if I take all the indicators off the chart, so I take off all the K2 indicators, and you see this right here, right? This is the all-time high and you see price coming down. If you're a retail, I'll take this off from the bottom too, so you don't get confused. So looking at this right here, this looks like it's in a downtrend, right? If you're a basic brand new retail trader and you're like, oh, this has got to have to come down, right? Because you see it come up and then you see it come down. So from this point right here, what happens? A lot of people enter a short position and their stop loss is placed right over here, right? Because everyone places it at the same place. They either place it right here at the previous swing, or they place it up here at the all-time high. With that said, if their stop loss is right here, you guys have heard of stop loss hunts, right? You guys have heard of that. So when price comes up and it triggers everyone's stop loss because everybody's stop loss is right here, what do you think happens? Liquidity gets triggered because all the stop losses get filled and then it pushes up higher. And then what happens when it reaches up here? These are the second level stop losses. When this gets triggered right here, it pushes up even higher. So that's kind of what we're anticipating right now and what we're waiting for. And you can see right here as it continues to drop, I'm going to keep creating more and more liquidity zones. It's a matter of time. It's a game of patience because the last thing you want to do is enter a buy here already because you're trying to time the bottom. That's the worst thing to do. The worst thing to do is time the tops and time the bottoms because more times than not, you're probably going to be wrong unless you're using the full analysis. So like, for example, here, if you enter a buy here, this can probably keep pushing down even lower. But we'll see what happens. We're going to keep following it and we're going to take trades as we see fit. But right now, I don't see anything. So we're just going to wait for it now. But as price continues to push up, Lucas said, not even a troll, but okay. Oh, you're back in timeout, Lucas. Oh man, I'm just having fun with this now. Lucas, like, no hard feelings, bro, but you're just hella annoying today. You're annoying everybody, like not just me, but you're annoying everybody in the room. So every time you say something, we're just gonna keep putting you in timeout, bro. Oh man, this is see, I didn't even I was too busy dealing with Lucas talking to him that I missed all the trades. I couldn't even take anything. But I'm glad all you guys here locked some massive profits in. Like my account's looking like zero right now. Like I'll show you guys my profits for the day. Let's see if I could pull it up. All right, cool. I'm gonna show you guys my profits for the day. All right, so here we go. There's my profits for the day, guys. Nothing, because I was too busy dealing with Lucas over here trolling the group. But it's all good. I'm glad to see a lot of you guys here profit. Like, you know, I'm gonna make profit regardless later today or tomorrow. So even though I missed out on a lot of these trades here, I'm glad to see that a lot of you guys here profited. I'll just give you guys a little update over here. Pockets, nice profits today, dealing with the YouTube trolls. Yeah, so guys, you know, I don't really care if I miss trades for the day because the tomorrow's going to be better, or you know, the next day is going to be good as well. It's not really a big deal because we're going to keep trading. I mean, trade every single day. It's not a big difference. Melinda over here as well. Melinda locked in a total of 1,070. Great work, Melinda. Yeah, but it's all good because I like, for me personally, I locked in no profits, but a lot of people here did. So let me just mark this up real quick for a possible 1 minute. This is a 1 minute scalp right here, but this is going to be risky because it's getting close to this area. So no entry there. The signal didn't close. But yeah, like I was saying, like I didn't lock in any profits today. You can see I'm taking trades on my own account, but just looking at everyone else's profits over here, you know, everyone did amazingly. So like, here's a timestamp for today. Just looking at everyone's profits, you guys did crazy today, like this morning. Even though I didn't take any trades myself, you guys still took the trades because you guys listened to my analysis, and you guys also had the indicators. Like Angela locked in 1,500, Sisuk locked in 6,000, Angela locked in another 2,255 on her other account, and Patricia locked in a total of 2,272. So a lot of you guys here did pretty well. And I'm glad to see that. You know, I'm not here to feel salty about missing trades because it is what it is, right? Every day is different. If I don't make profits today, I'll make profits later today, or I'll make profits tomorrow. It's no big deal. Because there's a you know, there's a lot of entries that are available. It's not just that one entry in the beginning. So possibly right here, another entry. Let's see. So this is a 1 minute scalp right here. Tempted to enter it, but let's see. I'll enter it for like a small buy with you guys because it's getting close to the liquidity area right there. So let's see, we got this right here. 10 minute, or this is the 1 minute. Actually, I'm just gonna follow it. I'm just gonna follow it and we'll see what happens because it's getting close to the liquidity area right here. So, I mean, if you guys want to take it, feel free, but this is a risky trade because it's still close to the all-time high. This is gonna be a 1 minute. 1 minute scalp full TP. But, you know, just keep in mind, it is going to be a risky trade for this right here. Let me see. This is the 1 minute. This is the 3 minute. And this is the 10 minute over here. So we'll just see how it moves around. But yeah, let me see where this price point is. 72. I'm just gonna put TP there. 3.5. All right, I just set a TP there, a little bit higher. Like around where the area is. So I just set a TP there, and I'm gonna, when it pushes up, I'll just take it out. Nice, nice. So Paul said, I wanted to close above the zone. Did make another 200 with that 2 minute, 2 second scalp. Yeah, no, exactly. So the zone that I drew right here on the 1 minute, this is it's just a liquidity zone. It's like an area, like if price reaches above here, it's probably gonna push up even higher because that's where a lot of stop losses are being held. So here we go with a possible entry on the 3 minute. Let me mark this up right here. Yeah, this is going to be a lot more riskier because it's at the it's going to be pushing towards the all-time high right there for this 3 minute. So let me check mine real quick. Let's see. All right, as you can see right here, it's pushing up. It's almost at the TP. It's just you know, it's trying to break through. So we'll see what happens here. But this 3 minute right here, there we go, full TP off that 1 minute. So whoever caught that again right there, boom, full TP. So there goes the full TP off the 1 minute for whoever caught it Great work, everybody. Let's see. Man, for whatever reason, all right, I had to close it out manually. My stupid thing didn't. My MT4 didn't close out. I think my pricing was a little different, but let me go ahead and just give you guys an update here for whoever caught it. I made a small profit off it because I entered it kind of late. I tried to enter it at entry point, but it, you know, I was too busy talking to you guys. So I made a really small profit off it, which is fine. You know, profit's profit. Like I mentioned, I don't care if like I make a little profit or a lot of profit, it'll add up, especially since we rarely lose here. You probably lose like once or twice a month. So let me go ahead and carry this over. Flynn over here said US 30, can you pull back a little so I can get a better entry? Yeah, no, it already hit TP. So it's getting close to the all-time high, guys. So I'd probably be careful at this point. Let me send you guys my profits. I made a little profit off it, nothing crazy. Yeah, I made like a really, really small profit off it. Because the thing is, I entered super late. And I was just trying to catch the rest of the move. But, you know, like I mentioned, we already anticipated it to come up because you can see right here. So you guys remembered what I was talking about earlier, right? I said when price reaches this area right here, it's going to spike up slightly. And look what happened. It spiked up slightly because it hit an area of liquidity where people's stop losses were. So, you know, this is all a psychological game, guys. If you guys understand the game, you guys can easily make profit off it. So let me just show you guys this right here. I made a small profit. So like close to 1,000 across my 2 FTMO accounts. Not anything huge, but I mean, it is something. So right here, I locked in about 500 off this one and then about 300 off this. And so about 800 total. And that was like done within a few seconds, right? Or, you know, like 10 or 20 seconds when you held on to this 1 minute here. So profit's profit. I mean, I can't complain about making 800 bucks in like a few seconds or a minute or so. So locked in some decent profits off that 1 minute scalp. All right. Yeah, hopefully you guys had a good laugh today with everything that's been going on in this room. It's just, man, this room's been, you know, I think it's okay that we get trolls sometimes because we don't get them as often as we used to. So it kind of brings some like comedy to the room. Anyways, nice profit off that. Let me see what else everyone else did over here. Owen locked in a total of 3,312. Great work, Owen. Let's see, Melinda over here locked in a total of 1,070. And you guys are killing it, on fire. Let me see what else you guys did over here. Patricia took it too. Patricia locked in a total of 3,124. Great work, Patricia. Let me scroll down. Brittany locked in a total of, yeah, Brittany is using a smaller account right now, but she locked in about 100, 200, about 300 right here for Brittany. Great work, Brittany. Angela over here locked in a total of 222. Great work, Angela. Let's see who else. Albert over here locked in a total of 417. Great work, Albert. Vincent over here locked in a total of 23. Definitely great work, Vincent. Patricia as well, 3,124. All right, cool. If you guys have more profits, Salorm over here with a total of 1,022. Great work, Salorm. Anything else? I think that's it for right now. If you guys have more profits to send over, go ahead and send them over, and then we'll, you know, we'll continue to look. So I'm going to create a new area of liquidity. So the new area of liquidity is going to be right here because we have a new high. And as price continues to come down, come up, I'm just going to keep, you know, developing more areas of liquidity so that we can catch small moves like that if possible. But it is a risky time to trade right now. So there's no entry here after 3 minutes, not a valid buy signal. Other than that, I think that's it. Okay, cool. Nakib said Fed speech in 13 minutes. Thanks, Nakib. I don't even see it on Forex Factory. So we do. Oh yeah, actually you're right. We have Fed member Bostic speaking at 7:30. So hopefully we can catch maybe 1 or 2 more trades before the news happens. But the news is coming up in about 13 minutes. So in about 13 minutes, it's going to be too difficult for us to really take any safe trades. So if we don't see anything by then, go ahead and put your questions in the chat, and then I can answer any questions that you guys have. Otherwise, we'll be calling it a session a little early today at 7:30 because of all of the news coming up shortly. So thanks to all you guys for reminding me about the news, because I would have kept trading if I didn't confirm it. But yeah, definitely great profits amongst everyone over here. Fahad as well. Fahad locked in a total of 1,249. Great work, Fahad. Congrats. And big congrats to everyone here who passed their FTMO this week. There's a lot of you guys actually that passed your FTMO. You know, every day we have people passing FTMO, but yesterday we had quite a bit. Let me see who passed it. There's like one person that I remember messaged me yesterday, and they passed it pretty smoothly. Let's see. Okay, so Michael here. So Michael passes FTMO right here, his 100K account. So he's about to get funded soon. Big congrats to Michael. Looking at Kenneth over here. Kenneth said 2 trades today. Breakout got me break even. So he locked in about 124. Great work, Ken. I mean, profit's profit. You know, as long as you make it net, as long as you make net profit, net positive profit for the day, that's really what matters. You know, you got to focus on not closing the day in the red. As long as you keep closing the day in the green or blue every single day, it'll keep, you know, it'll just keep adding up. Maddie over here too. Maddie locked in a total of 1,344. Great work, Maddie. Yeah, so we took a risk right there off the breakout. I guess your stop loss was too tight, huh, Maddie? Because it didn't look like it hit a stop loss there. Let me check the breakout. So yeah, the breakout here got really close, but it didn't trigger it. So I'm thinking you probably had your stop loss just a little too close because it came all the way back up. But still some nice profit for the day. You made a total of 1,344. Great work. Let's see what else we got over here. There's people in the group. People in the group said that Lucas is telling all of his little buddies to come in and dislike the YouTube stream. I mean, I don't care, guys. You guys can like it or dislike it. It doesn't really matter to me because either way, you're engaging with the video. So even if you dislike it or like it, like your friends are gonna get my videos regardless. So Lucas, you kind of you played yourself, bro. Because now your friends are gonna come watch my videos, and they're gonna be like, "Damn, this guy Lucas is an idiot." I mean, it's so funny because a lot of people think when you dislike a video, it's bad for the video, right? It's not bad for the video because you're still engaging. I mean, you congratulations, bro. You played yourself. So going back to what I was just talking about, let me check the Zoom over here and see what else we're doing over here. Let's see. Yeah, Rav said hard to concentrate when there's trolls, don't like it. Yeah, I mean, I don't like it either. But, you know, sometimes we get a good laugh out of it, like today. Gerald said, what alerts do you personally set and use? So Gerald, for my personal alerts, I just set up alerts for US 30 because that's what I mainly trade. I have alerts for the 10-minute, I have alerts for the 3-minute, I have alerts for the 1-minute, just to let me know when momentum swinging up and down, right? So if you want to do that, just click the, oh yeah, so I missed the 1-minute right here. Abraham said he just caught it. So I missed this right here. Sorry guys, I was talking. This was another 1-minute entry right here, which is currently running. I'm not going to enter right now. It's too late for me to enter it. But yeah, I mean, technically this is the 1-minute entry right here for whoever, you know, whoever decided to take that trade. I'm not in the trade right now. Yeah, Charlie, exactly. Charlie said, DJ Khaled, LOL, you played yourself. Yeah, no, definitely. So Gerald, what I was just talking about with the alerts, I go to alerts here. I click on K2. Mine says K2TS, but yours is probably going to say K2 Momentum because you have a new indicator. It's just a different name. It's the same exact indicator. So for you, if you want to set up the same alerts that I have, I just have alerts for me to let me know when these vertical lines are coming. See these red and vertical lines? I want to know when prices are tracing down so that I can look for a buy, or for vice versa. If I'm looking for a sell, I want to see for a momentum swinging the opposite direction so that I can start looking at the chart. In order to set that, you just go over here to alerts. Here, I'll just, I'm not going to change it, but you go to your alerts here, or I'll just add it to the chart actually. Invite only scripts, K2 momentum, which is right here. All right. So for you, because you don't have the old indicator, I know you have the new one. You go over here to alert, change this to K2 momentum, change this to K2 signal fired. And then I generally do once per bar. If you don't want to have too many alerts, then, you know, have once per bar close, but you can do either one, once per bar, once per bar close. And then I have it set here to like K2 US 30, 1 minute, momentum or whatever, something like that. You can name it whatever you want. Then you can click create. And then whenever you get a momentum signal that goes up or down, you'll get an alert. I only have it open during New York session because that's the only time that I really trade for the most part actively. When I'm done trading for the day, I turn it off so my phone isn't blowing up all day. So that's exactly how you would set that up. Let me just turn this off because there's too many indicators on here. And this is the reason why I decided not to take that 1 minute, was because it's just too close to this area here. It's probably just going to keep ranging before it decides to choose its direction, right? Before it decides to go up or decides to go down. Also, price didn't get above the, price didn't get above the liquidity zone right here, the liquidity area. So that's why I didn't see it pushing up, as far as we would have wanted it to. So just looking at this over here, let me check real quick to see where market sentiment is. Wow, market sentiment is super high. So now it's at 79%. It looks like a lot of these retail traders are trying to catch this high right here. They want to catch it as it comes back down. So this is actually really risky. I wouldn't enter any trades right here because the market sentiment is too high, guys. This is super high. It's probably gonna go up to like 80%. And then with this number right here increasing, generally, if you put yourself in the position of a market maker, say you're a market maker, you're an institution, and you want more people to enter the sell side, what are you going to do? You're going to let price go down, right? You're going to give them what I call a gimme. They give them a little gimme. They let price come down a little bit. What happens when price comes down? More people here start piling on, right? This goes up to 80%, 81%, 82%. They just let it drop slightly. They let it keep dropping slightly. And then when you least expect it, what happens? It shoots all the way back up, right? Because it stops everyone out. And then it goes on a stop loss hunt because they make money when these people get stopped out. So, you got to look at it from a psychological perspective, like you're playing chess. You kind of have to anticipate the next move. Because if you're just looking at everything one-sided, like if you see this dropping and you start taking the sells, you're probably going to get caught on the wrong side of the market because you don't want to trade where everyone else is trading. Generally, majority of people fail at trading, so you don't want to trade where everyone else is going. But yeah, other than that, let's see the questions here. Gerald said, what does once per bar mean? Once per bar means that for each bar, if you get a signal, you'll get an alert. If you do once per bar close, you're only going to get an alert if it closes with the signal. So like say, for example, right here, right? We got a valid signal here. You get a signal if you do once per bar close. But you can see here, see this right here where it's red and it disappears. If you do once per bar, it's going to alert you even though it disappears. So if it appears, it'll alert you. It disappears, it's just going to leave it at that. If it closes, then if you have once per bar close, it's only going to tell you once it closes. It's not going to tell you if it's still pending. Miles said, Shawn, can you please bring that back up so I can jot it down? I was slow on the draw. So Miles, it's not really that difficult. You have the momentum indicator too. So I'll just put this up right here. You just change this condition to K2 momentum. You change the second condition to K2 signal fired so that you get both buy and sells. If you just want one direction, you can do that. But I have it set to both ways so I can get notified when it happens either way. So looking at this right here, I have it set to once per bar because I want to know when we have a pending bar. And then down here, you can just change this to, K2 US 30 1 minute signal. And then when you get an alert, that's what comes up in the middle of my screen. So I'm done trading for the day. Also because there's news coming up in about 4 minutes. So just keep that in mind. But if you guys have questions, go ahead and put your questions in the chat and then I will, I'll answer your questions. I'm here to help you guys out. Like I mentioned to you guys before, right? If you're like one of the few people that are not profitable here yet, or if you guys are brand new members, you guys have seen all the profits made here every single day, right? I want to make sure that everyone in this group can post their profits. Like everyone can show off their profits because as you can see right here, we haven't gone one day this entire year where not one person hasn't profited. If you want me to pull up a random day, I can literally pull up any random day. Like we'll just go to like April 28th, right? It's a random Wednesday. You can see Jelon over here locked in 4,000. You can see Tam locked in 400. You can see Angela locked in about like 600, 800 here. You can see Angela's been in the group for a long time. She's not a brand new member. She's been around for quite a bit. Steven over here locked in 3,500. And you can see these same people who are posting profits are the same people posting profits today, right? If I scroll down to today, right? Like I showed you Steven, right? Steven made 3,000 in April. Here's Steven again today, made 991. Same people who have been profiting with us back in January are the same people profiting with us today. You know, every single day there's people profiting with us here. And my goal here is to make sure that all you guys are profitable as well. It's just, if you guys have questions, you guys have to ask, because I can't read your mind. I don't know what you guys are confused with. So yeah, I mean, if you guys have any questions, go ahead and put your questions in the chat. I'll answer whatever you guys need help with, whether it's risk management, whether it's proper lot sizing, whether it's FTMO, whether it's K2, whether it's whatever. You know, I'm here to help you guys out. So let me see what else I'm missing over here. Let's see. Sorry if I missed any of your questions above, guys, because you know, we were busy in the chat. So if you guys asked a question like earlier this morning and I missed it because we were like talking in the chat, just put your question in the chat again and I'll answer for you. Let's see. Isai over here is asking, can we trade during this news with FTMO? You just can't enter trades like 5 minutes before or after the news event, but you would have to check on the actual FTMO economic calendar, Isai, because you can probably trade through it. It just depends on which asset you plan on trading. Hassan said, can you go over retracements and the signal timeframes used to identify them? Hassan, what are you referring to by that? Because I mean, there's a lot of different types of retracements. If you could be a little more specific, like which kind of retracement are you looking for? Are you looking for a retracement for these liquidity zones? Are you looking for a retracement for using one of the strategies, like a 3-minute or 1-minute strategy? Are you looking for like a normal retracement using a different strategy? I'm not sure exactly what you're asking for. I can show you, but just be a little more detailed with your question, because you're saying, so here's a simple way of identifying retracements. A way to identify a retracement is if price is, so like, for example, here, let me go to like when price is moving smoothly. I mean, price hasn't really been moving smoothly this entire month, but just looking at this right here. Okay, so this is one example of a retracement, right? So price is coming down, and since price is below the pivots and the trend meter is red, like you can see, let me see, I'll just go over here. So I'll show you this right here as an example. So price is below the pivots, the trend meter is red, right? If you see an opposite signal, so right here, price is in a downtrend, but if you get an opposite signal for a buy, but it's still trending down, this is going to be considered a retracement, right? Because we're not expecting price to continue pushing up very high. We're waiting for it to trace up, and then we're going to see it as it comes back down. So looking at this right here, it's retracing up. And then as you see it come back down right here, and you can see I marked this up and I didn't even know where price was going, but it pretty much kind of did what I marked up right here. As it drops further, this is where it confirms the drop back down, right? Because price retraces up. This is a retracement signal. It kind of consolidates a bit, but then eventually it comes right back down. We have the sell signal right here, and then it comes all the way back down. So this is how you would identify, you know, this is how you would identify a retracement. But depending on like your question, I'm not sure exactly what you're asking. Hassan, I could help you with it. I just need to have a little more detail about like what type of retracement you're looking for. So let's see, I don't see your question here. If you want to add to your question, go ahead and add to it, Hassan. But that's basically how I would identify a retracement. It's just looking at an opposite momentum signal when price is trending in one direction. Like for example, right here, this would be a retracement signal because price comes up and it comes down, but the trend up is so strong that this is just considered a retracement. But looking at current price, it's just going sideways right now. It's not really moving directional at this moment. Here, let me see. Gerald says, so basically the only alert you use are for the momentum bars. Yeah, exactly, Gerald. That's all that I use for myself personally. Isai said, I think I'm just start taking your trades only, bro, because I just started my third FTMO today after failing my previous two. Yeah, I mean, so the problem with a lot of people who take their own trades on the FTMO is that they over leverage or they overtrade. So, you know, if you follow the trades that I take, you probably have better luck passing because that's what everyone else is doing. because I'm really conservative with my trades. I don't just take any trade. I only take a trade if I know it's 100% going to hit. So if you want to do that, Isai, that'd probably help you out a lot with your ability to pass your FTMO. Let me scroll down a little bit. Was there another one right here? Yeah, another 1 minute there, but I'm not going to take it because we have news right now. So currently right now we have the Fed speaking. Let me check. So yeah, we had crude oil inventories come out. It was negative. And then we have Fed member Bostic speaking right now. So this is exactly what we were watching out for. So I'm done trading for the day, guys. I'm just going to answer questions as they come in. If we don't have any questions, then we'll just call it a day. So let me see. Duggan said, hey guys, I tried the prop trading firm challenge account. Don't waste your time buying it. My account is frozen in profit for a few days now. Only a robot replies to your email and phone is never answered. So Duggan over here is giving you guys a heads up that he's having issues with a prop trading firm. For me personally, guys, I probably wouldn't, I would stick to FTMO. I'm only going to recommend FTMO. I've been with FTMO for over a year. Never had issues with payouts. Never had issues with them changing the rules on me. So if you guys are wondering, what's the best funding company, it's going to be FTMO. That's the only thing that I'll recommend to you guys. Okay, definitely. Yeah. So Patricia said, Shawn, thanks so much signing off for the day. So definitely see you tomorrow, Patricia. Gerald said, do you know when the new indicator will be available to us? Probably by the end of this week, Gerald, maybe by today. I'm kind of busy today. So hopefully by tonight, I can probably just publish it for you guys and then you guys will have access to it. Otherwise, we'll, by the end of the week at latest, hopefully. Abraham said, Shawn, what about the trade signal when it's on the pivots? For example, at August UTC, so I'm trying to figure out what time is that. So see, set at August 11 at 1400 hours. Okay, so like at London Open. Let me check this over here. So are you on the 1 minute, Abraham? Because I'm right here on the 1 minute. I don't see anything at 1400. I mean, I see this one right here, but there's no actual entry that's available right here. Maybe you mean the 3 minute. Let me check. I don't see anything here on the 3 minute either, Abraham. So I don't know if you're on a different. Maybe if you can send a screenshot, that'd be easier, Abraham, because I don't see anything here at 1400 hours. Right here at 1400. I mean, there's no 1400 on the 3 minute. Looking over here on the 1 minute. There's a signal there, but it's not, there's no actual entry that's available. If you want to. Yeah, I'm assuming you're talking about this one right here, right? Which strategy were you applying, Abraham? Because I don't see anything here at, I mean, there's a signal here, but there's no entry available. Like in order for this to be a valid sell, it'd have to be down here. Vice versa, for it to be a valid buy, it'd have to be above here. So this is above the pivot. So we would take this for a buy here, and this would be a valid entry. Vice versa right here, this wouldn't be a valid sell. I mean, it did drop, but it wouldn't be a valid sell because there's no requirements that are met here. So if you want to, I'll give it a few seconds for you to respond, Abraham. I'm not sure if I'm looking at the wrong candle because I'm right here at 1400. I don't see anything on my end. Let's see. Okay, Abraham sent me his. Let me see. Sorry guys, I gotta turn my AC back on, man. I don't know what happened with my office AC. It like turned off on me. Eco, what the heck? What's that on eco for? All right, it's just getting hot in my office. I gotta turn this thing back on. All right, there we go. All right, anyways, back to the questions over here. Let me see what else we got. Let me scroll up real quick. and see what else I missed. Okay, Abraham sent it to me on Telegram. Let me check Abraham. Oh yeah, I see. So yeah, that's the same candle that we're looking at right here. So Abraham, what were you looking for that right there? Because your question you were asking, let me scroll up real quick. Your question over here said, sorry, I lost your question. Shawn, what about the trade signal when it's on the pivots? So yeah, it wouldn't be a valid sell because there's no entry that's available there. In order for this to be a valid entry, it would need to be below the pivots right here, right? You had all the pivots open. But if you're applying, depending on what strategy you're applying, there's no strategy where you would take it in between the lines right here. I think you have the wrong pivots open, Abraham. I mean, unless you're applying like your own strategy where you think, if it's between the pivots, then I mean, that'd be different because I don't, there's no strategy that I use where I apply anything like this. So I'm not sure if like that's something that you use on your own, but there's no actual entry that's available here. Like if you were to apply the pivot strategy or the scalping, you would use pivots 3 and 4, right? And there's no entry that's available right here because they would have to be down here in order for it to be valid. Yeah, no problem. I think you might have just gotten confused because you probably had the wrong pivots on. You probably had these two and you turned these off, right? So you probably thought that was an entry right there. I mean, technically it looks like it would have been a great entry, but it looks like it would have been risky as well because you're using the weaker pivots. These are the stronger ones, 3 and 4, because this will show you a stronger overall trend. Yeah, no, definitely, Abraham. Yeah, I think you just had the wrong pivots that were up. So yeah, hopefully that answered your question. But yeah, I mean, it looks good if you were trying to apply. Maybe you can create your own strategy, right? Maybe you can see when prices like in between pivots like that, like for example, right here, which you just identified. If it's breaking below the pivots, maybe this is a new strategy that you can start using, right? I mean, like your guys' opportunity here is endless. If you guys see something that works, you guys can create your own strategy. You guys can use the indicators and do your own thing. And if you want to run it by me, I can help you with it as well. But for the most part, for the strategies we currently use, there's no entry available there. All right, going back to the questions, let me see if I'm missing anything else. All right, let's see. Hassan said, okay, I was wondering, based on what happened today, how could we use your signals to identify retracements, and what time frame should we use? While you were trading, you mentioned that you were waiting on a retracement. I didn't know there were several. Yeah, there's a lot of different types of retracements, Hassan. So the basic retracement is if you're looking at an opposite signal and it's going in the opposite direction of the trend. So for example, here, prices above the pivots. So like, here's one example right here. Price is above the pivots right here, but price is trending up. We have an opposite signal, but the trend meter is green, right? So everything's pointing towards the upside. Right here, since we have an opposite momentum signal, this is going to indicate a retracement because price is just temporarily coming down, but we're waiting for the signal to come up, like a green signal, a buy. So like, for example, right here, right? So we have the retracement, and we have a push up right here. What we're looking for at this point is we're looking for a buy right here. And then we're going to catch it as it, as it comes up. So like as price comes up right there, we let it run. And there you go, as it comes all the way back up, right? This is the retracement that we're looking for. But there's different ways to identify it. I mean, I don't know if you've watched the videos yet in the course, Hassan, but if you want to, that's probably going to help you out a lot to understand, exactly what we're looking for here. Because, it's going to make a huge difference when you actually understand the strategies and you know what to look out for when we're applying these strategies here. So let me scroll down a little bit and see what else I'm missing. Let's see, I'm going to check the chat real quick and see what else I'm missing on the YouTube. G1 said, what's been your greatest comeback from a loss? Are you talking about like one loss, G1, or are you talking about like a long-term loss? Like my account like went down because my biggest comeback is probably where it gets, whenever it gets close to my stop loss and then it swings back up. I'm sure you've seen it before, where it gets really close to the stop loss and then it swings back up. Pretty much like the trade from today. Like I didn't take the trade this morning, the breakout, but the breakout came really close to the stop loss right here, but then it came all the way back up. So it came down close to a 500 pip stop loss, and then it shot up about 1,000 pips back up. So I mean, I don't know. I can't really tell you exactly what was my greatest comeback because I mean, there's been a lot of instances where it's happened like that. Javid said, "Hi sir, can you kindly put Forex pair 5 minute scalping? You can use any of the strategies for the 5 minute or 15 minute, Javid. You don't have to use it on the specific time frames we're applying. You can use it on any time frame." Falcon said, "Shawn, amazing analysis. Thanks, Falcon. I haven't seen you in a while. It's good to see you here again." Malik said, "Should I wait until I have 1,000 account for US30 to get monthly K2 subscription, or does the indicators work on others like gold?" It works on gold perfectly fine as well, Malik. So let me show you an example of gold here. I personally don't use it, but other people here do use it, and they have pretty good luck on it. So you can see right here, applying the same strategy that we've been applying, ourselves. So like, for example, right here, let me see if I could find one. So there's like one entry. There's one here and there's one right here. So let me just show you real quick. I'll show you the strategy that a lot of people apply. So this is the 3-minute pivot scalp strategy. So first you want to confirm a valid K2 momentum signal. 2A, confirm a break and close past K2 pivots 3 and 4. Or 2B, confirm price is above pivots for a buy or below for a sell. So looking at this right here, you want to confirm a valid K2 momentum signal right here. We have a valid buy signal. So this right here is invalid. We wouldn't have taken this trade. Right here is another buy actually. So there's two of them right here. So first, confirm a valid K2 momentum buy signal. For 2A, you want to confirm price is breaking, closing past K2 pivots 3 and 4. Right here, there's no breaking, closing, so we skip 2A and you move down to 2B. For 2B, you want to confirm prices above pivots for a buy. Right here, it's above it. So you take a long position right here. I don't trade gold, so I'm not sure what the sweet spot is for your TP stop loss. I'm assuming it'd be about like 150, right? For a scalp, if you're scalping. So for example, if you run that there you go, full TP right there, right? There goes a full TP off that trade. Maybe your stop loss and TP needs to be higher. Maybe it could be 250. I mean, I don't know. I don't trade gold, so I can't really tell you exactly what's the sweet spot, but maybe 250 is probably a better range for you. Because like, for example, here, if you did 250, you still would have hit TP there. So that's one TP right there. If you go back over here, there's another entry, same situation. We have a valid buy signal right here. You confirm prices above the pivots for a buy. So again, right here, another long position. 250, 250. Don't use this number. I'm just using this for an example because I don't trade gold, so I can't tell you what the sweet spot is. But if you did use that, again, right there, another full TP. So you can see the strategies work perfectly fine with gold. It works well with anything. It's not just gold. It works for Forex. It works for pretty much whatever you want to trade. But yeah, I mean, other than that, that is an example of it working on gold here. So, I mean, it's up to your preference. If you want to use it on gold, you can. I don't personally trade gold anymore. I haven't traded gold in a long time. I only trade US30 for the most part. Javid, no problem, Malik. Javid's asking, can you please add any Forex pair to the 5-minute? I mean, you have to let me know what strategy you want to see, Javid, because there's different strategies here. I know you've been in the YouTube for a while now. I remember the last time we talked, you just wanted. Damn, Javid, you're like making no sense. He said, please show Forex pair just 10 or 15 pips. I'm gonna let me try to show you real quick. I'm trying to think of what to show you, bro, because like you've been in this group before. I remember before you asked me for signals. Now you want to learn the strategy. I don't know. Is there a pair that you want to see? I'm not sure. Like, you got to be a little more detailed with your question, Javid. You can't just say, oh, show me 10 or 15 pips. You got to be like, show me with this strategy, with this pair on this time frame. Because I'm not sure exactly what you're asking for. Because earlier you asked for a pair. You said, hi, sir, can you please kindly put Forex pair 5-minute, 15-minute scalping? And then down here, please show Forex pair just 10 or 15 pips. So are you looking for a time frame or are you looking for pips? Because your question just changed completely from the first question you asked to the second question. I mean, I don't know what you're asking for, Javid. There's different strategies that we apply here. If you want to see the original pivot strategy, I can show you that. If you want to see the 3-minute, because this is a 3-minute strategy, but you're asking for a 5-minute or 15-minute. So I can't show you this strategy on those time frames. It's not meant for that time frame. If you want to see something that's applied for that specific time frame, I could show you that. But I mean, I need to understand like what you want me to show you. So I mean, if you want to see something on the 5-minute, your TP stop loss is going to change for that. It's not going to be the same thing. Like for example, here, if you wanted to take the trade right here, I mean, I'll just show you a quick example. I'm not sure if this is actually going to work because the range for this is a little different. So the range on the 5-minute is probably going to be less. It's probably going to be about a 13 pip or a 15 pip move. I mean, depending on how far you want to push it, maybe a 13 pip move there. If you're applying the same strategy here on the GJ, you know, the pivot scalp strategy, the same thing here. It's the same thing, right? You confirm a valid signal. It's breaking, closing passive pivots. You let it run right here. And there you go, full TP. So there's an example. Okay, you want 10 pips? There's 13 pips right here. It's the same thing. Whether it be 13 pips or 10 pips, there's no. I think you got to learn how to actually trade Javid, because if you're just going for a pip move, you kind of don't really have a strategy there. You're just going for you're going for luck. Like you're basically gambling to go for 10 or 15 pips. You know, for us here, we use actual strategy. This isn't just going for, oh, I'm going to enter a trade and I'm going to try to push for 10 pips. None of the strategies here are going to tell you to take just 10 pips. You have to use actual strategy where you put your stop loss at the previous swing. The swing is down here, right? It's going to be 12 pips. It's not going to be 10 pips. So I think you should focus on actually learning how to trade, not just looking for like your low, like where you can get lucky and just catch like 10 pips or so, because it doesn't really show that you actually know anything about trading. Damn, Javid here is so demanding. This dude said, "Oh, show me a 5-minute, then show me a 15-minute, now show me a 3-minute." All right, Javid, your questions are done for right now. I'm gonna go on to the next question. So if I have time, I'll come back and answer your next question. But I'm gonna go over here and answer other questions for now. So let me see what else we got over here. So we did have a couple questions. Let me see what else I missed. Let me scroll over here. What else did I miss here? Sorry, guys, I'm trying to give everyone their chance to get their questions asked. So I'll get back to you in a little bit, Javid, but let me answer these other questions here. So let's see. Fahad said US 30 all-time high about to be broken again. Charlie said that's Lucas's friend. Oh man, today was such a weird trading day, guys. I mean, some of you guys were upset of like all the trolling that was going on today, but everything else was Javid. It doesn't matter if you're using MT4 or trading view. You can't even use these indicators on MT4, so it wouldn't matter. You still would have to chart it on trading view. So it doesn't matter what time frame you're trading on. You can still enter your trades on MT4, but mark it up on trading view on a different time frame, because these strategies are meant for specific time frames. And I think you actually have to understand like what you're doing, because all of your questions here are very basic questions. Like you're not asking any actual like real trading questions. You're looking for some like holy grail to give you 10 pips every time you want it. So and you've been in here before because I've talked to you before in the group. So I just want to make sure that you're actually understanding how to trade, and you're not just trying to get lucky. Yeah, no, definitely, JV. You know, I'm here to help you. It's just that I want you to actually learn how to trade. I'm not trying to give you a secret, like, well, I mean, I am giving you a secret sauce here, how to win these trades, but I'm not trying to give you like this like guarantee that you're going to hit 10 pips every single time, because it's not possible. I mean, it's possible, but it's not possible to do it consistently over and over and over again, going for that specific pip movement. Anyways, looking over here, a lot of you guys are talking about US 30. Fahad said US 30 all-time high about to be broken again. So the same thing that I was marking up earlier, you guys can see the liquidity zone that I drew earlier over here. You can see that when price broke above it, it shot up, right? If you guys have been following me this whole session, I mentioned that when price was going to break this point here, it would just spike up. And that's exactly what happened. The next area for it to spike up would be right here. If price ends up passing the all-time high, odds are it's going to spike up even higher. So I'm not messing with this right now, guys. The Fed is speaking right now, so just keep that in mind. Fed member Bostic is speaking. So I'm not really going to mess with it. Also, we have the 10-year bond auction coming up at 10:01. So we do have some news coming up in the next couple hours or so. All right, going back to TradingView over here. Nice. Lady Jane just passed her 200K count. Big congrats to Lady Jane over here. Just passed her challenge. She passed it in 8 days. She made 21,000 in 8 days. Now she's moving on to the next phase. Big congrats to you, Lady Jane. Yeah, Angela said make that money. So definitely great work here, guys. Let me see if there's anything else that I'm missing. Ken said he took the 1 minute, locked in some pretty nice profit off there, about 200. Great work, Ken. Ken said, Shawn, I took the 1 minute before you said you ain't taking it, but 24 green stock, 79% short. I was in 700 drawdown before I would close, before I would average close, but you've changed my mindset. Thanks, bro. Definitely, Ken. Glad to see that you took that profit there. So, you know, like I've been explaining to you guys, even if you guys are in some drawdown, one thing that you should look at is the fundamentals. If you look at the fundamentals here and it's completely green, you know, odds are it's going to come back up. Looking at the actual index over here, it's completely green. So if the market moves how it's supposed to move, it's going to come back up at some point. Plus, looking at retail sentiment, this makes, you know, the huge difference here because you guys can see where everyone's trading. If 80% of retail traders are short, what do you think is going to happen with the market? It's going to keep pushing up higher and higher, right? So yeah, definitely glad to see that you profit off that, Ken, because a lot of people would have gotten scared and pulled out. Thankfully, you hold on to it pretty strong, and then you made some profit off it, about 300 bucks. You know, it's not a huge profit, but it's profit. Other than that, let's see. Charlie said, thanks, Shawn. I was down to 2,700 last week. Now in profit on the FTMO demo account. Once I pass this demo, I want to hop on the actual challenge. Yeah, no, definitely, Charlie. I think you should just stick to the trades that I'm taking, and then you should be fine. You know, you should be 100% with passing your challenge. All right, let me see over here real quick. Looks like I might have missed Mark's question. Mark said, not sure if you got to my question, but why is it risky to enter a trade on 1 minute, 3 minute scalp? It's risky because it's at an all-time high, Mark. The thing is, if it's at an all-time high, price can easily come back down at any point. Your stop loss is too tight. So if your stop loss is super tight, you're going to get stopped out before you reach your profit target. And that's the main reason, because price can easily come back down at any point here. It can come back down from here. It can come back down from here. It can come back down from any of these areas. So you're basically taking a gamble whether price is going to keep pushing up or if it's going to drop from that point. But yeah, Mark, I mean, that's the main reason, because it's at the all-time high. This whole area right here is risky because depending on what the market makers and institutions want to do, if they want to keep stacking up these sellers here, they can easily just spike price down real quick. Like they'll spike price down to here. And then what happens when you see a big red candle right here, right? If you see a big red candle, what do you think is going to happen with retail traders? They're all going to hop on. And then it's going to push price down even lower. And then all of a sudden it's going to spike all the way back up. And it would probably hit your TP at that point, but it would have hit your stop loss before it reached that area there. So yeah, it's just risky because it's at the all-time high. This area is like a big area of market manipulation. This is where price can be easily manipulated because people are on both sides of the market. Ken said, Shawn, what is the bonds got to do with the US 30? I noticed when bonds are low, US 30 goes up. Am I right? Yeah, you're definitely right. Bonds usually move opposite of US 30 because when the stock market's not doing good, people put their money in bonds to protect their capital, right? Because bonds barely move. So if the bonds are down, stocks go up. If stocks go down, bonds go up. That's usually the basic fundamentals of how it works. So if you, yeah, I'm sure you were with me like last COVID, right, Ken? Because you've been with me for a long time. During COVID, when stocks were going down, what I did with like my 401k, with all my investments from my previous job when I was still working as an attorney, I moved all my stock investments to bonds so that I can, you know, protect my capital. And then as soon as the market got better, I moved it back to stocks, and then I just sold it off. And then now I don't have stocks anymore. I just trade daily. So that's for the most part how it would work from there. I think you're on the wrong you're on the wrong page, Gallo. Here, I'll give you the page right here. I mean, it should be coming up right there. Let me just, or actually, Peter just gave it to you right there. So, Gallo, look at the chat. Peter just gave you the link for the indices. I think you might have been on the wrong link. All right, let me scroll up real quick and see what else I missed. Yeah, definitely. Ken said, "Phew, Shawn, you really changed my mindset. Really respect you, bro. Definitely. I'm glad to see that you caught that right there." Hassan said, "Okay, thanks. I understand. Can you go over drawing liquidity zones and stop loss hunts you mentioned earlier?" So I'll just show you an example here of what I was drawing. So let me go on the 3-minute because the 3-minute's a little easier to follow. Or I'll go on a clean chart over here. On a clean chart. I'm gonna turn this off. Turn this off right here. Go to US 30. So the only reason that I can do this right now is because we knew that market sentiment was like super hot heavy. So for example, here, if market sentiment is super on the downside right here, it's 80% short. What I generally do when I mark up these liquidity zones is I pretty much mark up where price swings. So for example, right here, this is like one swing right here. And then here's another swing right here, right? And the reason why I mark up these swings right here is because price is heavily on the downside because there's a lot of retail traders. When there's a lot of retail traders on one side, but everything's pointing towards the upside, this is how I drew the liquidity zones. As price goes over here, you can see as price breaks these liquidity zones, like for example, right here, this is the liquidity zone that we're looking at, right? What happens when people enter a sell? Because for example, if you enter so looking at this right here, see how price comes down? What happens when people enter a sell right here? They put their stop loss at the previous swing, right? The previous swing is right here. So what happens is as soon as price reaches this point, this is where everyone's stop loss is. So when it gets triggered, it goes on a stop loss hunt and it triggers all of the stop losses right here and it pushes up. That's where the liquidity comes from. So as price comes up right here, you can see price come up to this area. As soon as price breaks above here, you can see it comes back down, right? It's trying to trap more sellers. As it comes back up right here, it just skyrockets, right? It skyrockets and it comes back down. Because what happens is a lot of people have their sell stops right here. So when people enter the sell stop, where's their next stop loss going to be? Above here, right? So here's the next area of liquidity. When price reaches this point over here, what's usually bound to happen is that price will just have a huge stop loss hunt from there as well. So looking at this, price comes back down and then it comes back up for another shot, right? It comes back up for another shot. Price is getting close to this liquidity area. Stop losses get triggered at this point. And look what happens from here. Skyrocket all the way up. And that's how you draw these liquidity zones. This is a little more complex for like traders. You kind of have to actually understand what you're looking for. What I'd recommend is probably just go over the previous live sessions, Hassan, because this is something that like you have to actually know what you're looking for to take trades like that. For me, for example, I'm looking for another area of liquidity right here. So let me go back to my official charts over here. This is the all-time high. And then this right here is going to be another area of liquidity. So if price ends up reaching this area right here, you could probably expect another push to the upside. But yeah, that's basically the basic explanation as to how we draw that up. All right, let me see if there's anything else that I missed. Matthew said you should make a new indicator for liquidity zones. I would, but the problem with that is that it's very subjective, Matt. Like because the thing is these swings look different, right? For me, I can see the swings because it's easy for me to identify, but for other people, it might be a little difficult. It's kind of hard to really catch those swing highs. What you can do is you can use the K2SR indicator. I mean, it's not going to have zones up here, so that's why it's kind of laggy as well. But that would be another help to identify where these zones are. But no, I mean, maybe eventually I can create that, Matthew, just to make things a lot more efficient for everyone here. So other than that, let me see if there's anything that I missed here. All right, I'm done for the questions here on the Zoom. Let's see. Hassan said, wow, thank you. That's game changing because I'm always getting stopped out at liquidity zones. Thanks, Shawn. Yeah, definitely, Hassan. Don't fall for those traps. You know, I've been trading for like 11 years now. So I've gotten caught in those traps so many times where I basically taught myself not to get caught in those traps by doing the opposite of what I used to do. Going back over here, let me see Javid. So Javid, I'm gonna answer your last question and I'm gonna log off for the day. So Javid, if you're still here, you wanna see, sorry, I'm trying to see what your question is here. Your question was if you could see it on the 3-minute. Okay, so let me go back here on the 3-minute, and you wanted to see GJ or something like that, right? Something that you trade a Forex pair. If you want to trade this on the Forex pair, alternatives, and then I'll show you the same exact strategy that we were just, that we just discussed here. So, I mean, there's a lot of different ones that you can apply here, but I'll just show you like this one right here. So for example, the same exact strategy that we just went over, the 3-minute K2 3-minute pivot scalp strategy. So this strategy isn't meant for the 3-minute. If you're trading GJ, this is going to be impossible. So I think this is a bad example to show you. So I'm probably not going to show you this because your spread's going to be very wide. So for example, if you were to take this trade, unless you have a really tight spread, I mean, I guess you could take this trade here because it's you're at about 8 pips. So I don't know what your spread's like. If your spread's 5 pips, you can't even take this trade. It's impossible. You'd have to go on the higher time. So like if you wanted to go on like the 15-minute, because you were mentioning, you like the 15-minute, that's probably a better option for you to take that trade. But, again, this strategy isn't meant for GJ. This is a US strategy, but people do use it on other time frames. So it's up to you if you want to try it, but this strategy isn't meant for GJ. So, I mean, here, I'll just do this, Javid. When you sign up, you'll see all the strategies, and then you could actually go and test them out and see what you like. And then from there, we can actually go over your questions. Because right now you don't have any real questions. You kind of just want to see a bunch of strategies, but we don't have time to go over everything for you, right? You can just go on the course and everything's here already. So, go take your time and view the course here, and you can see all the strategies that are available because all these strategies can be used on different time frames. That specific strategy, the 3-minute pivot, doesn't necessarily work well on GJ. If you want to use the pivot strategy, you can use this, the K2 pivot strategy. This is what you would use. It's not the same one as this. For this, you would use all the pivots. So you use all the pivots like this. And basically what you're looking for is you're looking for something. Here, I'll show you an example. So for example, right here for the K2 pivot strategy, this strategy is totally different. So this is the K2 pivots strategy, and you can use this on whatever time frame. So this is one that you would probably want to use. So first you want to confirm overall trend, or confirm trend, strong trend using K2 pivots. 2, you want to confirm a retracement. 3, confirm a valid K2 momentum signal. And then after that, you can enter on the open of the following candle. And then lastly, stop loss at previous swing. All right, guys, I think I'm back. I kind of disconnected for a bit. Let me get back on here. All right, Javid. So going back to the strategy over here, this is the original K2 pivot strategy. First, you want to make sure that you're identifying where the overall trend is. So here's an example right here. I'll just show you this one right here. All right, so looking at the strategy, you want to confirm a strong trend using the K2 pivots. Right here, you can identify that to see how the pivots are angling. If the pivots are all angling in one direction and they're spread out, that's going to indicate a strong trend to the upside. You can use the trend meter down here to give you an extra confirmation if you wanted to do that. It's not necessary, but it gives you better confirmation to identify the trend. Next, you want to confirm a retracement. So you can see prices pushing up right here. And you can see from this point, there's a retracement, right? You see price kind of go sideways and then retraces downwards. So that's going to be requirement number 2. For requirement number 3, you want to confirm a valid K2 momentum signal. Right here, we have a valid buy signal, and it's valid because it's a green buy signal with a green bullish candle within it. So with that said, we got requirements 1, 2, and 3 qualified. After that, you can enter on the open of the falling candle, which would be right here. You enter a long position, your stop loss is going to be at the previous swing, which should be here for about 42 pips or 41 pips. So 41 pips right there. And then if you push this to the upside, there you go, full TP. That's how this strategy works. I mean, you're looking for a 10 pip move. If you're trading on the 15-minute, a 10 pip move isn't reasonable. You probably aren't going to be able to find a 10 pip move. If you want to find a 10 pip move, you got to go on the shorter time frame. Because you asked for the 5-minute and the 3-minute, but this works on either one. So like, for example, here, this is the 15-minute. And let me just show you on the 5-minute, because it's the same thing. It's the same strategy, it's just done on different time frames. So let's just see when price was, I guess, trending again. Okay, so like for right here, a perfect example, it actually just happened. So looking at this on GJ, same thing again. You want to confirm a strong trend using the K2 pivots. Right here, all the pivots are angling upwards and they're spread out, right? So that's going to indicate a strong trend. The trend meter down here is green as well. So it's confirming that it's pushing to the upside. With the next requirement, confirm a retracement. You can see price came down, then it came up. What happened when it came up right here? It came up, stopped, and then it retraced back down, right? So from this point, requirement number 2 has been met because price was up here and then it retraced back down. So it traced back down right here. That's gonna be requirement number 2. Requirement number 3, confirm a valid K2 momentum signal. Right here, we have a buy signal. So with that said, all the requirements are met, right? We have an overall trend to the upside. We have a retracement right here. We have a valid buy signal. You can enter on the open of the falling candle right here. What you would do next is put your stop loss at the previous swing. Your goal here is to reach about 10 pips. The previous swing is about 12 pips, right? So you put 12 pips right there. 12 pips for the TP, you let it run. And it's still currently running right now. So this is currently running for GJ using this specific strategy. So I think that's about it. This is probably the strategy that you want to use if you want to keep moving from time frame to time frame. But there's a ton of different strategies here that you can apply, Javid. I mean, you have to, what I always emphasize is that you guys have to put in the work. You can't expect to make automatic profits every single time. There's a ton of strategies here for you to use. There's scalping strategies here that you can use. But for the most part, if you want to trade on different time frames, because you were saying the 5-minute, 10-minute, 15-minute, then this would probably be the best strategy for you to apply. But yeah, I think that's about it for the questions today. Let me check the Zoom to make sure if there's anything else. If there isn't, I'll be calling it a day because I'm way past my my trading hours. I'm usually off by 8. So, all right, I think that's it for today. So if you guys have any other questions, feel free. Oh, let me check this real quick. Hassan said, last question, can a 3-minute pivot strategy be used any time of the day that we get a signal? So yeah, you can do that any time of the day, Hassan, but you got to keep in mind that the market isn't moving the same all times of the day. If you trade at night during like Asia session, volatility is low, so it's going to be hard for you to scalp. What I do recommend is if you plan on applying that 3-minute strategy, make sure to look on the 10-minute and the 1-minute to confirm that price is going in that direction. So like say, for example, here, if you're taking a buy, right, you want to make sure that price is trending up on the 10-minute. You want to make sure that price is trending up on the 1-minute. It just depends on what you're trading. So, the more confluences and the more confirmations you have, the better odds that you are going to hit that trade. Otherwise, it's just going to be a risky trade if you're applying it at a bad time when there's low volatility and you're applying it on an asset that isn't really moving at that time. So if you want to trade during US session, trade a US asset. If you want to trade during Asian session, trade an Asian asset. If you want to trade during London session, trade a London asset. It's really up to you. But the more confirmation and confluences you have, the better odds of you hitting that trade. So I think that's it, guys. If you guys have any other questions, feel free to reach out on Telegram. Otherwise, I will catch you guys here tomorrow for the next live session as we power through the rest of the week. Today's Wednesday, so we have 2 more trading days left. But yeah, so hit me up, guys, tomorrow. If you guys have questions, just email me or hit me up on Telegram. I'll be around probably